Let me put it there. 3, 4. All right. What do you think of that?
It was really, really amazing. The whole process was fascinating.
Yeah, it's quite cool. It's quite.
Yeah.
Far out, it's a bit cold. It is quite cool.
It was kind of easier than well, not easy because you've got to learn how to do it, and like
Yeah.
you said, there's all it's quite technical, but the actual start to finish was, well, you made it look easy.
I know,
and the time that it takes to do was a lot quicker than I was expecting.
Yeah, so I'm just going. The thing is, right, I'm just gonna purge what was in before so that we can get this coffee going through this grinder.
Yeah.
I find it quite fascinating that you have a Campos or an Allpress or a Mecca, you know, they do 100,000 kilos maybe a week or a day in coffee. What happens when you fuck up the profile? What do you do with that coffee?
Yeah, it just all goes into a batch probably, doesn't it? It gets blended out somewhere.
Right. What do you do with that coffee? Like, you've got to sell it.
Yeah.
And
It'll get diluted in another batch, maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, what loaded question. The reason why we do small batch is because I can keep it consistent every single time.
Yeah.
And then if I do fuck up a batch, I give it away to friends, tell them what we think.
Yeah.
Versus
you can do it again and
do
tweak
it again, exactly, right? Versus this whole sustainable piece around. So now I've got 100,000 kilos. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Like, which sucks. Yep.
Like you with your coffee making, you need something to focus on.
So, like, you know, obviously we're creative people, right? So creative process, when it's flowing, when you're in a good zone.
You want an outlet, creative outlet.
No, hang on, no. What I mean is when you're in a good zone, you definitely make cool stuff.
Yeah.
You are able to, when you're flowing and you're in a good vibe, you do, you know, produce better work. And it's really hard to get yourself into a zone.
Well, I think that's true and it isn't because, I mean, it depends. You can create, when you're not quite right as well, you can create good stuff too. Like there's been some great music and stuff that's been written by
Fleetwood
people.
Mac.
Yeah. But it depends what you're doing, doesn't it? You can't do stuff on your own. It's the most important thing. I've learned that with the book, that I can't write that book on my own.
Yeah.
And with, you know, going through struggles, you can't go through that on your own either. You need support of friends and family in particular.
And I know that we've obviously been quite close. I mean, not as close with COVID and stuff, but, you know, we've always had a beer and a coffee and a you know.
Had more coffee lately, yeah.
A coffee and some you know, Indian. Because we always go out for a curry. I've always really enjoyed that. One of the biggest things for us men is, you know, understanding that you can put your hand up when you need help. Cool, man. Well, that's kind of the end. I'll make you a coffee and, you know, I've had a great time.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm looking forward to tasting it too.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a little bit there, but we'll see what happens. The other thing I do, another UX thing I do, is every time I roast a profile, I write down how it goes over a period of time.
Yeah.
So then I can then dial in the grind. And I can't always remember everything, so I write down everything. So this is the last time we did the green El Salvador. Did a 11 grind, and it was 7 days. It's kind of, see how it was, see what I've got here? 3 days on the 11 grind, that's when it was perfect.
Yeah.
So this bean, after 3 days on an espresso, that's when it's like it's perfection. So I've got all this data. I just keep on taking this data down because I think it's important when it comes to like making a really good, high quality coffee.
Amazing.
Sweet. So 11 on the grind. What did you go on today?
Soccer.
Have you been playing soccer for a while?
Well, I used to play when I was younger, and then I stopped, and then, how long ago was it? Maybe about 7 or 8 years ago I started playing again.
Yeah, you look fit.
As an old person. Well, I'm not when I'm running around. But the thing with me is I I like running, but I don't like running just
Like a
running,
marathon running.
like jogging around and
Oh,
stuff.
right, I see what you mean.
But I can do it on a pitch, chasing a ball like a dog. It's amazing.
That's fresh roasted coffee.
It's hard to describe what it smells like, but it smells delicious.
Yeah. So, what are we going to do with this promo, Mike?
Well, I think, you know, seeing as what you're doing is a charitable thing for Reach Out, then the promo should be the same in my view. So
Nice.
if someone wants to buy the coffee and the book, that money goes to Reach Out.
To Reach Out. So $28. The first 10 books are on Mike.
Yeah,
Amazing.
great.
It's it's the hardest thing to get people to talk on camera.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do it? Anyway, let's see how this coffee goes.
Yeah.
Um,
I think my coffee's worn off.
did it? Well, you're just
Before I
gonna
was
get,
like,
you're gonna get another blast. Look at that. That is a good. See, that's got the lid. See how it's pouring. You will. Oh, that's a good coffee. Okay. Yep. So you'll probably look at that creamer. So that's for you.
Thank you.
It'll be like burnt toast,
Yeah.
but when you cut through that, when it degasses, but try that.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's really good, isn't it?
Pretty smooth. It's really creamy.
So that will go through its degas process, and then that that charcoaly type of
It's got a
taste.
slight bitterness, but just on the like it's almost like just on the surface.
Some
or something.
some people like that.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, so that's like an Italian type of taste.
But the body of it is just really smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really creamy.
So then the coffees that you get that are like real bitter and harsh, and you get a bad taste, meaning you get bad breath. That's called stale coffee.
Right.
It's just bad stale coffee. Like someone's overdone the milk, or the coffee. Generally, beans when they start sweating, that's when you know they're stale.
Right.
And then that QR code goes to the website, and you can go through all the profiles, and you can see all the other stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice one, dude. What do you think of that?
That was so good. I liked all those coffees, particularly the first one and that last one was.
So the
good too.
Guatemalan, the reason why we're not going to release, because it's quite similar to the green.
Yeah.
Same altitude, same type of region. Sorry, it's not region. There's El Salvador, and we're talking Guatemala.
Yeah.
They're different regions. So the green has a what you just tasted has a spicy aftertaste.
Yeah.
There's something about a milkshake, like when you put it on like a spicy chocolate milkshake, where the Guatemala is just like a fruit-forward chocolate type of, right? So I quite like the complexity of the El Salvador, which is our green.
Yeah.
And so the Guatemala, good coffee. And let me put it into perspective. $19, $21 a kilo of green bean versus $10 a kilo. So if you're running a cafe, of course you're going to buy the $10 kilo green bean coffee because it's going to be cheaper, because you'll make profit on the actual coffees itself, right?
Yeah.
So my sense is a lot of people use the El Salvador as a base,
Yeah.
and then blend it with the Guatemala to make it taste. So all very good coffees.
Yeah.
And then this one, what was this one? The which one was that? I think you got the chocolate body, the honey processed Dominican
that
Republic.
was nice too. Yeah.
That was the bomb.
Yeah.
The chocolate bomb. Yeah.
That was really good.
Well, there you go. That's it.
That's so good. Thanks, mate.
Yeah. I think being active is really important. I mean, I haven't been as active as I have wanted to be in the last maybe, a couple of months. Obviously, COVID and stuff. Obviously, I cycle quite a bit. I've put on a bit of weight, but I'm quite enjoying this whole coffee journey. And it's obviously touching people like yourself with stuff that you've gone through, and obviously working with Reach Out. I think my next big trek, I think, is going to be Everest. Rochelle and I have been like, yes, we'll have to do it. Not Everest, but like base camp.
Base camp.
Take a month
Well,
off.
I think that's where you got to start, don't you? Because to get to the top is I mean, yeah, that's full on.
Yeah, I never wanted to do it, like to do a proper Everest, but I've always thought that taking like a month off or 2 months off and just trekking all the way through Annapurna, and because essentially like it's just a trail that you do, and you can stop in little towns, hang out, acclimatise, and then
sort of learning a bit about how people live around that altitude a bit.
Being away from internet and phones and all that shit.
What I thought was amazing were those photos of the queues of people going up there as well.
And
Did you see that last year? That was just mind-boggling.
I know, and as well as the amount of litter there's, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know this. There's like tour guides and all this shit. You can literally land in Kathmandu, and you can walk from Kathmandu up. Like some of the Sherpas actually do the Lukla, which is the airport you fly into.
Yeah.
Some of the Sherpas actually just walk from Kathmandu airport all the way through to Lukla, and then Lukla up to base camp for like pittance.
Yeah, and the locals, they're just so acclimatized to it. They just walk around carrying big stuff on their backs at high altitude. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So we'll work this out a little bit better, but yeah. Thanks, mate. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, it has.
Do you think I should do this more often?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's such fun.
I've got a couple of more people coming up in the next couple of weeks. I've got Sally, who's Rochelle's personal trainer. She's pretty cool. And then I've got a couple of people that want to just get on and learn how to roast a bit and just talk about mental health and where they're at.
Yeah.
I've got Sammy as well from Fluoro Fridays and One Wave, which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. It's obviously a nice platform for everyone to kind of
such a good idea.
Hang out and talk. Not entirely industry stuff, but
No, it's good. It's a really good platform, like you say, for other things.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you. I'll take the
Just grab my coat. Where did I put my coat?
Oh, it's over there. I'll take.